What are you talking about,
Prostitute story. You guys ready? Are you ready for this? Bondage? I'm in.
I should be able to hire my own tweaker to beat up another tweaker.
Gets high fives from the boys.
It's the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's morning.
It is definitely this the earliest we've I think this is the earliest we've been live.
Probably.
Look at us.
Look at us go.
Look at us.
Look at us.
How we doing, everybody?
How would we do?
Tuesday morning. I gotta get the trash to the road tonight. Wednesdays are our trash days.
Oh yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday's your trash day? We got Thursday trash day around here.
Yeah.
Got an extra day, but I do plan on making a dump run today.
Do we?
I got like 15 bags of leaves that need to go to the dump.
Yeah.
Got them all raked up though, but the backyard is just massive back there.
Yeah.
And it's got a walnut tree, so it just dumps.
I mean, our front yard's bad too. You guys saw it yesterday.
Yeah,
I still
seen that
haven't done that
yesterday.
yet. I went and napped. I felt, dude, my stomach hurts so bad still.
Still.
Yeah, and then I went and I think half of it was not eating anything.
Oh, that
I
will do
ate
it.
something bad yesterday, and it might have even been the mall pretzel. We had a pretzel at the mall.
That's basically
with
just
garlic
bread.
butter. With the, it might have been
the garlic butter?
Then the garlic butter was like, it was excessive. So it might have been that. Because Izzy had a tummy ache too Sunday night.
Oh, huh.
But yeah, I took a nap, woke up, had some toast, and then I had dinner, and I was feeling better. So
There you go. Yeah, that's too much.
got a shitload done last night. Cleaned the house, finished the video, and then went back and added the flashback in.
Nice.
Yeah,
You got a
yeah.
flashback scene.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I exported it, and I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna try to do that flashback. So I went and I built the flashback video, and then just went and put it in. Pulled it in as just one video. It was kind of a pain in the ass to move everything over that much and fit that thing in there, but I got it.
Worked out good.
Yeah,
Oh man, I
pretty dope.
cannot wait to see this
pretty dope.
video. So yeah, do yourselves a favor and go and like and share and subscribe and comment below and look forward to tomorrow's Wing Wednesday video.
It wouldn't be tomorrow, but I'm tempted to post it tomorrow because I'm just excited for it.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, isn't
No,
it?
tomorrow's Tuesday.
No,
Or tomorrow.
it's Wednesday.
Oh,
Today's
shit,
Tuesday.
yes, yeah. Oh God, we were just talking about this. Good God. Oh man, I'm fucking.
See what a little extra sleep. I've been feeling that though, because I haven't been getting up early like I usually do. It's been about 7 o'clock.
I woke up at 6 this morning, and I should have gone up. That was like my body's natural. You've got enough sleep.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I'm gonna go back to bed
Oh,
because
no.
I didn't go to bed till 12:30. So I was like, oh. 6 is a little early. It's only like less
But
than
it's
6
really
hours of
not.
sleep. But
You
no,
just
it was,
convinced yourself.
yeah, it was like my body was ready, dude. I should have just done it, but
You literally just convinced yourself.
yeah.
I
didn't get enough sleep.
I need more.
I didn't get enough sleep last night. Go
Woke
back.
up at 3:30 this morning. Same though. I just looked at the time and went, nope.
Yeah, 3:30 is way too early.
I don't know.
Way too early.
I think it was because of Jeff's job. Kind of threw up my what is that called? Your circadian rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got like 3:30 on my mind just from trying to get in there early.
Yeah.
Bound to happen.
Yeah.
Worked out pretty good.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's been a good night. The only thing I gotta do is mix the intro with the final video, and then they'll be ready to render completely.
Oh yeah, exciting! And this time we will get that bad boy posted first thing in the morning.
Yeah, we'll make sure it doesn't save as a draft the night before. Like I said, I do it all the night before so that when I wake up, it's just there.
And we do got to give out our newest subscriber, Mackenzie. She's our subscriber.
That's our newest?
That is our newest subscriber.
She
Shout
found
out
us, huh?
Sherwin. Yep.
Dang, how'd they find us?
Well, it was weird because I was on the YouTube Studio recap, and it pops up your most recent subscribers.
If they are
And your
public.
boy Tim, what is it? Shout out Tim.
The Tillman, the one who commented?
Tillman, there we go.
Okay.
He subscribed,
Heck
and also
yeah.
Mackenzie, so it was really dope.
Yep, so I think they have to have their account public, and then we can see who subscribes. But
It just tripped me out there. I was like, whoa, you're from Sherwin.
how did Mackenzie find us?
Well, she had added me on Instagram.
Ah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Yep.
And our picture is literally from the podcast. So, and it's not like I haven't mentioned that we do the podcast down there. Sure,
okay.
you know what I mean before, but it's kind of funny. Mackenzie's the one who added. I figured I was gonna get John or Chase or Sam, some of them guys down.
One of the boys.
Yeah, and it turns out Mackenzie's probably the most dude down there.
I wonder if I mean, obviously if she's subscribing, she obviously digs the humor, right? I would assume so. She might like our humor.
Oh yeah, and even from like, she definitely likes to joke around and everything. It's just when you're stuck in the professional world where you have to. Hi everybody.
Yeah. I quote unquote called myself a man child last night, and
To her?
yeah, I was like,
wow.
yeah, I'm a little bit of a man child. But she was like, nah, if you can take care of yourself, then that's not a man child. I was like, okay, I get that.
If you can take care of yourself, that's
like,
all it takes to not be. What
well,
if,
like, I mean,
I think what you meant to say, you're like, I'm a kid at heart.
I guess so, but not really. I'm definitely a man child. I play video games. I mean,
Is that it? You
That's
play
pretty
video
good. Play
games?
some video games. It's like trying to think. I was like,
Is that what, I mean, there's so many
guess
people that
watch
you would label
cartoons.
as man child then.
video game, watch cartoon. But it's like I have kids.
I know
so it's
some,
like,
and then like every streamer who does it professionally, they're just man children.
yeah, maybe not. Maybe the man child has a description has changed over time.
I think that's a really good description of what she said. Like, if you were not taking yourself nor taking care of your children,
Yeah,
and you had somebody taking care of you, I think that would definitely make you a man child.
It's actually pretty funny.
I've known some man childs.
I was playing
Like,
playing games, and I was like, man, I need to fucking get off my ass and do something. She's like, do you ever give yourself a break? Because the last 2 nights it's been like, fuck, I gotta do some editing. Like, fuck, oh man, I gotta
isn't it
go back to work and
how wonderful it is to have somebody that will tell you,
like,
thank
yo, fucking, you don't have, do you ever just take some fucking time to relax?
And
I'm like,
then-
I actually take way more than I should, I think.
Well, then at the end of the day, you're like, I could be doing more. It's always, I could be doing more. I'm about to fall asleep. I mean, I could probably get something else done.
Like, dude, napping. Like, the sun was coming through the window. I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. I should be doing anything else.
Even though that's probably exactly what you needed to be doing.
Yeah.
The thing is, and I was talking with the wife yesterday about it, I was like, this is probably the best time to get some like downtime, because the next 2 weeks after this week, I mean, it's back to gung-ho, going crazy as possible.
It's a double-edged sword, this business, because it's like your balls to the wall until you're not, but it's actually kind of nice because your balls to the wall, and then you get that little bit of time to relax, and then your balls to the wall again. It's like...
But I mean, it's perfect time, like right before Christmas coming up and everything, to get slammed like that. So I can't really. And typically in this business, for a lot of painters, they're dead.
All winter.
There's
Yep.
a bunch of painters who are not working at all right now because they work super hard during the summer and then they take their winters off and they don't do anything. I don't do that. I have a lot of interior work because of my credentials, so I'm able to just basically work all year long now. Helps having a builder. If you're a aspiring painter, you definitely need to get locked in with somebody who can guarantee you work. If you're out there just trying to get your own work, it will run out so quick, because you got to think that you're dealing with 100 other guys who are thinking along the same line.
Yeah.
If I can just get one job.
But if you can just get one builder who provides you 3 jobs a year, boom, there you go. That's solid work.
Then and if you're just a one guy pulling 3 houses, I mean, you could live for a full year off those 3 houses doing it yourself. I'm not saying you're gonna have a bunch of excess money to live, but
But it's doable. Definitely doable.
Because this industry, I mean, the work is really damn hard, but the pay makes it worth it a lot of times, as long as you bid everything out correctly and you're not getting bent over on the back end. But for the most part, I mean, when they are just boom, 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 it makes for a really, I mean, you've seen it when we were first going at it before they, have to split pots a little bit even more. I mean, it's there.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I bought my project car and then instantly ran out of money to put into it, but that's all right. That's all right. It's a project for a reason. We'll get there. We'll get there. We got time.
And like I said, I got 2 more that I got to bid out for this next year. So I already have 5 houses already lined up for 2025.
Hell yeah.
Right?
That's good shit.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to not going into the next year going, I have no idea what's going to happen.
It's so weird that we're months away from 2025. Holy shit.
Not months, less than a month.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, we just hit into December.
Well, yeah, it's December. It's my, it's my 1 month anniversary today. It's no big deal. It's no big deal.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, we're, December 3rd already.
I've kept a
We got like
conversation.
27 days until fucking,
Damn, 2020. That's crazy.
2025 is right there.
I've kept a conversation going for 3 days. That's good enough for me, dude. That's a fucking. That's honestly, that's half of a challenge. Half of the challenge with I don't want to call it dating these days because I haven't really been dating, but like trying to communicate with people these days is so hard to actually like keep a conversation.
Because you find yourself not wanting to?
Yeah,
Or-
I'm just not interested in the conversation or getting. If I get one word replies back like 3 times in a row, I'm done messaging. That definitely happened once where I started messaging this woman we matched on Tinder or Facebook or whatever, and talked like on off maybe a day, not great response time, and then it was just yeah, cool, okay, and I was just like never messaging again. So
Right.
if you can't give me any bit of anything, then I'm out. So I've had that.
I was gonna
Quite
say
a
it
few
sounds
times.
like the attention thing. What? I don't even know. It's like you weren't the attention she was wanting, apparently.
Yeah, and it's weird because like especially when you're first getting to know somebody, right, through messages, there's so many questions to ask. There's so much to talk about, right? How could, yeah, cool, okay. So it's just, yeah, it's,
Especially to a complete stranger. It's not like we know each other at all. There is a multitude of things, and it's not like we have an issue when it comes to talking.
yeah.
So,
And that's probably half of the reason I know I am too much for some people, right? Because I'll send a message and then like finish the thought, so then I'll send another message, and then like it could be too much, right? To where if you get 3 messages in a row from me, Snapchat is the worst too, because how I do my messages is it's almost like paragraph form. I'll skip a line, but you can't do that on Snapchat. If you try to, where the button is to skip down a line is the send button. So all the time I'm accidentally sending a message when I meant to add more to it. So that's one thing for me. But yeah, I know I can be a little too much for most
well, it
people.
does suck in the regards that like being open with your feelings is too much. That you'll find somebody it's not too much to the point where like even I find myself like I'm screwing this up, I'm messing this up, and then you get a text that just reassures that you're fine.
Like a yeah, I definitely did that. Said something that was like instantly like, fuck, too far. And then you get like a smiling emoji back, and you're like, dope. Not too far. Not
I
quite.
ain't just ruined everything. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Not
Yeah,
quite
no.
too far. Be careful though. It might have been close.
Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
Yeah, dude. It is just like what you said. Being able to be yourself is so freeing.
Oh, it's so free.
Like holy shit. Yeah, I definitely have said some things where I'm like, sorry, that's just fucking
Just me.
Yeah, that's just me speaking my mind.
Yeah. But it's, and like you're seeing, it's refreshing on the back end. And even, let's say that, obviously, 'cause I don't know how your feelings are towards her. I know as soon as, I was in the same room with my wife, I mean, it was over. It was just all she wrote. So it's hard. I don't know, like when it comes to everybody else, like if you had that immediate, like,
There's definitely a connection. We have a lot in common. Her mindset is really good, but we're both not really ready for a relationship. So we're going to take it super slow, which is perfect. Because I, as I put it to her, is I'm someone who needs training wheels right now. It's been 3 years since I even conversated with a woman, let alone fucking try to be any type of flirtatious, you know? So I definitely need to get into something where someone's not expecting me to be something I'm not, I guess. So it's kind of perfect. She even quoted a match made in heaven because she's kind of going through some healing as well. And
So it actually, yeah.
So
That's
it's gonna go slow, but
No,
that's okay.
That's beautiful though. Like, I mean, on the back end where you're like, I guess I can see why the communication is such a turn on for it, because it's like, he's telling me what the deal is and him not having to go and
Like,
wonder and
yeah.
question. And because that feeling sucks when you're like, when you send a text, you're all excited and then you're like, it's been 5 hours.
So I'm
Shouldn't have sent it in the first place.
I'm also trying. I don't want to get my hopes up, right? Because it's still fresh and I could easily fuck it up. But and also it just.
But why not get your hopes up? I mean, I was like, love is painful at the end of the day. It's never going to be a pretty, I mean, you can get close to perfection, but I mean, to me, it almost seems better to go in with a heart half full than to be waiting for the other shoe to drop. And believe me, I personally do it all the time where I'm like, I'm going to mess this up. But if you can at least go into it, you know, thinking,
not with that mindset. If you have that, it's
if your gut's telling you something,
that's different. Yeah,
that's a completely different thing. But if you're scared,
because you
getting
can
hurt,
you can put it into your mind, right? If you keep saying that, if you keep thinking that way, you can. It's almost like speaking your problems, right?
it's called willing it into existence.
Yep. There you
And
go.
there's definitely, it's 100% factual. You can sit there and you can think about the worst thing and you can definitely bring that worst thing to life.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just a figment of your imagination, it can wear your physical body down, exhaust you, all over a thought.
Yeah, I've definitely EJ. I know he's had mental, and I'm sure he's okay with me saying this because me and him have talked about it, and he's through it and he's better. But he had some mental health issues where
I was like, EJ still knows he's a mental case, and we still love him.
but he had times where he kind of thought like that, right? And was just like, it's hard to see someone go through that, but it happens to all of us.
Especially like your best friend.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like anybody, not a stranger you're watching. This is like somebody you've literally grown up with. And because we are Montana kids at the end of the day, we grew up with the people we've known for 20 plus 30 years. Like
May not still be here, but they're here at heart.
Literally. And so many of those individuals that you get really bonded to. You don't want anything bad to happen to them.
But yeah, he had some time there where one thought would snowball effect in his mind, and like he couldn't sleep, he couldn't, it was crazy. So I feel for it. I definitely know I've been blessed with a pretty strong mental health, and I still deal with shit.
And on the other side of that token, he is out in Seattle by himself. You know what I mean? It's one thing when we have the luxury of being surrounded with our boys where we can, something really starts getting bad. Who does he go to when?
Luckily he's got his family out there. His dad and his mom and his brother are out there.
Yeah, but I mean, how often as an adult do you want to come to your parents with your problems?
Trust me, he's definitely said it, especially since we started the podcast, and like me and him have talked about doing a podcast for the last like 2 years. It's definitely he wants to come visit. I can definitely tell. He's wishing he was closer for sure. So and we do too.
I was gonna say, that sentiment in itself. I mean, and it's crazy because Seattle's not that far.
14 hours. And it would have been perfect time when he just got over this last job. But now, boy, gonna go start working for Tesla. Oh, shit. Fucking got the job.
Did get the job at Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla warehouse.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I guess they just like store like Tesla parts and shit in
all
big
the
crates.
Teslas that have stopped working from the parking lots.
Oh, Maybe we'll get some insider news. What's
I was
really
like,
going on?
That was brutal. Like, can you imagine buying a super expensive Tesla and then parking it in a parking garage and then you can't start it because there's no internet signal?
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, they were.
Oh no!
So they were all just stuck in the parking garage.
Dang! Didn't think that one through.
Man, DJ, can you look at that movie we were looking at with Billy Bob Thornton yesterday? Is it called The Landman?
Is that the new one?
Yeah, it's coming out.
Is that the
this
one
year.
where he's like a cowboy guy sitting at the
Yeah.
bar? I've seen a couple scenes where.
Oil guy.
Okay, I've seen a couple
One
clips.
takeaway from that I heard is that we were on a 120-year fixed petroleum. So you had 120 years for our gas infrastructure that we have essentially planned out. And the talk in there is like, we're going to run out of plastic. We're going to burn through all our plastic and then not have another renewal or another source.
We're gonna run out of oil in 120 years, is what they think.
That's where our system's set up, is basically run off of oil for the next
Mm.
120-year cycle, but they didn't say when it started.
And I just thought that was wild.
this-
And then they brought up like the windmills and everything, and they were like the carbon footprint that even windmill manufacturing leaves on the planet.
Yeah,
it's like
dude,
you'll
it's-
never be able to undo that.
People are like, yeah, you wind. No, dude. When they fall apart, they just bury them.
Yeah,
They just find a spot in the ground and bury them.
and they're massive.
Yeah. They fuck the ecosystem up. They fucking kill birds and all that shit, dude.
Well, I was gonna say, birds are pretty dumb for not being able to fly over them.
I mean, it would
crazy thing
cause
is-
some type of wind disruption up there, right? You're flying along, you're just rolling with the breeze, and
You make it sound like they can't see these things from far away. They got hawk eyes, they can see the damn things. So fly higher, go above them. Why you,
Come on, man.
Or like the birds who fly through, and granted, these ones probably have less of an idea it's coming, but the solar panels, they emit so much heat off those solar panels that a bird will fly over and instantaneously combust.
oh, that's hot.
Yeah, because they put off like, oh, here we go. What's fact and fiction? But we can't read it because you have to subscribe.
Dude, because there's so much oil. There's enough oil in the United States.
Whitney Cummings
Like-
has that joke right now where she's like, everybody could have all the truth in the world until that $2 subscription service pops up and you're like, nope, screw it, not paying for it. They just released Aliens Are Real
Nope.
for $3, the Wall Street Journal. Fuck that.
Nope, not paying for it. Because I thought there was more oil in the United States,
They said
Then, like-
300 years of oil that we have underneath
Yeah.
the United States.
and
But
there's
that's
plenty
all
over
speculation.
in Saudi and all that. I don't know, dude. I don't know if that's speculation. My dad's been to Texas, Virginia, all the Dakotas, Montana, freaking bunch of other places over on the East Coast. They are drilling for oil all over this country, 100%.
Yeah, I just look at it. If oil production increases, you know what I mean? Like, how fast do we start to tap into that? Like, how much do people go after the oil in order to?
Right.
Because if it becomes like a really high commodity,
There,
more than it is now, then
there is a point where we could consume more than we are gaining. 100%, 100%.
I think the idea with electric cars should slow that down, even if we went hybrids.
Well,
I don't understand why we didn't invest hybrids across the board, electric and gas. Why is it not cost effective to make hybrids?
I'm not sure.
It seems like
question.
a way better route to have gone. I mean, even the Prius itself, for as ugly and that car, you could run 600-700 miles before you had to refuel it. So it's
we saw a couple Priuses that came in with like 300,000 miles too, dude. If you got a good one,
Toyota too. I was gonna say Toyota does make a really good product.
We even had someone replace the battery in it, and it was pretty expensive. I think it was like a $5,000 fix. But they're like, dude, this car's fucking lasted me 250,000 miles. Why would I not put $5,000 in and get another 250,000 miles out of it?
Literally, I mean, and being able to switch from electric to gas and stuff like that. I mean, you're not going to worry about, flat out running out of gas.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to worry about your car running out of electricity.
I think
Get longer in between your charging stations, like all of that. I was like, I just don't understand why we never.
I think it's inevitable we go to nuclear power. Nuclear power is cleaner, and it's been a long time since Chernobyl. Safety measures have gotten a lot better. We're still just scared because of Chernobyl.
Well, then, even if we go to nuclear, how do you put tiny little nuclear reactors inside your car in order to?
Well, no, you go nuclear at your power plants, and then your electric cars. Then you can charge the electric cars easier or more, because your grid would be, if we went to nuclear power, your grid would be strong enough to handle these electric cars. I think maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know, because you even look at, they said like in the landman over here, they don't have the transmission lines to actually feed these things. They can't handle it. It take like another 30 years for them to
actually build the power grid
to be able to handle it. And that's if they started right now. If everybody dropped everything and started work on it right now, it still need 30 years.
And they want to be.
And this is after we just had dealt with the big freeze in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It shows you how quickly everything can go ass over key kettle.
Well, yeah, because those electric cars do not like extreme cold or extreme heat.
No, it's just like paint. I mean, it's got to be just right. It's living in this Goldilocks situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on now. I just don't understand why. It seems like it would have been such a better route to go, like investing in hybrids instead of trying to go from one to the other so dramatically.
Yeah, and how much of our oil is going to fuel, right? So are they worried we're consuming too much fuel? So that's why they're trying to go electric?
Because, I mean, I guess at that point, you'd be going from raw crude oil to ethanol. I mean, is there anything...
Well, how are these oil companies that own gas stations and gas, how are they allowing this to happen? Imagine you own a fuel making factory and everyone's trying to go electric, and your business is just going to go under because the only thing that needs fuel now, you have to turn and switch over to diesel fuel because tractors and shit like that.
I mean, there's a lot of people in up in arms over that, and specifically for that. I mean, you even look back to the hemp days.
Yeah, that's exactly why
they will do everything in their power to stop.
That's why marijuana is illegal. It's not because it's a terrible drug. It's because the hemp market would have replaced so much. You can use it for clothing. You can use it for building buildings like bricks.
Well, then I was asking DJ about this yesterday when it comes to hemp derivatives. And I was like, so how come, like, if this is an actual option, how come we don't, everything breaks down though with hemp, like it lasts, but it will break down over time.
Well, not the bricks they made. They made hemp bricks that were supposed to be for your house. I don't think those broke down over time.
No, they will stay.
That's a good question. Let's look that up.
Does that, because I know it's like a hemp plastic, but yeah, for some reason I thought it broke down over time.
I think, it might, unless you refine it into those bricks. Maybe those bricks are so compacted and refined that it keeps them from going bad. Because I saw that, and they're burn proof. Like,
really?
Yeah, someone took a freaking torch to it and it wasn't lighting up. I was like, what the hell? The fact that we could have used hemp like paper, we wouldn't have had to cut down all these fucking trees.
And then what does it take? Like, is
it grows way faster than any tree. So
Well, that's what I was gonna look at. If you go to hemp, like how much like agricultural land do you need in order to produce
I mean,
enough hemp for the world?
you're still gonna need a good farm, right?
Yeah.
But
And
at the
then
same time,
do we have the farming area in order to? Can you grow hemp anywhere? Can you grow that shit in Wyoming where there's nothing? Is it a plant that needs a lot of water?
Which question do you need?
All of that.
yes, all 6 of those questions we need them all answered right now. No, let's do the how will hemp grow anywhere? What kind of climate?
Hell yeah! Thanks, DJ.
Yeah.
Top-notch searching. It grows everywhere.
Because I wasn't sure if that was like you need like a tropical climate similar to marijuana. You're
Why
growing
you look
marijuana?
even like the indica plant that grows up in what is that? The Himalayas, right? Is where they first found indica.
Is it?
I believe it grows ways up in the mountains.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Temperate time zone, sandy loam with good drainage.
Oh wow! So I mean,
Yeah, a
it
lot.
really would grow in the desert.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's
It probably would.
You can grow weed in Montana. You can grow hemp here.
It's crazy to me
true.
that a lot of these things got like swept under the rug when you could get away with that type of corruption, right?
Mhm.
When you're like when 6 of the companies who produce paper are like, hey man, we need to make weed illegal because this hemp's gonna put us out of business. Here's $100,000.
Did you ever
Yeah.
do that back in the day where you made your own paper at school?
No.
Yeah, I can't remember what we used. It was like mash, and then you had to put it through a thing, like, and it sat and it dried, and then it turned into like this thick ass paper.
What?
Yeah,
Dang,
like
no.
yeah, we did it. I can't remember what year it was in school though, but yeah, we were making our own paper.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
But I mean, I think even if you took sawdust and you matted it down and then let it dry, you could write on it.
I know I've seen people do when they're like shaving wood and they can get a real thin piece of like actually a shaving and then it almost looks like a piece of paper. But
That would be so cool to sit here
'Cause
and
it-
shear off a sheet.
your paper would have wood grains in it and that would actually be super sick, dude.
Wrap my car in it.
Wrap my car in it.
Got wood grain on the.
Rap is hard, man.
Is that all the places where hemp is at?
No, these are lithium mines.
Oh, I had 5 more questions I need answered.
Lithium. So they were literally not kidding when they were saying there's one over in the Carolinas over there. We have 2 here in the United States.
This one only shows New York.
Oh, is that where that one is? New York?
Is that Carolina one open yet?
Was it lithium or was it something else?
I thought it was a different chemical.
Cobalt or something?
Cobalt sounds familiar.
Well, yeah. What was the conspiracy theory as
It
to why
was the
they
same
said
thing that they were like what was happening over there in Wyoming. Same thing they were trying to get.
Well, that might have been elk fire. The theory might have been the cobalt, but that was miles away from the elk fire. That the elk
Like
fire was
100
just
miles?
random. Yeah,
That was pretty funny.
it was like, come on, guys, that's a stretch of a conspiracy theory. If
But
there ever
even-
was one.
Like, cause Nando, he'll watch YouTube, you know what I mean? And like, it's nothing but reels and shorts right now. But they have like these talk-alongs, like it just starts telling you a story. And I'm like, son, you have to learn to differentiate AI from real. Like, you cannot sit here and believe every story that gets pumped out through YouTube, because AI has the ability to write all these stories and then somebody can post it on their page and then they just get however many likes because people listen to the story.
Did
So
you
it's
see
like,
the one Joe Rogan called out the other day? Holy shit, dude. It goes to this video and he's like, yep, I've been training this AI to speak like me. So now when I put in a prompt, it speaks like me. And then I inputted a picture of my face. And this video that you are watching is 100% complete or like controlled by AI. And even like as he's saying that, doesn't make eye contact with the camera. He's like, this is all 100% AI. And then the AI looks back at the camera. super fucking creepy, dude. The fact that the AI looked away as it was saying this has all been created by AI and then made eye contact again with the camera just fucking creeped me out. I was like, damn, bro. It's like he knows he was, you know, doing something he's not supposed to do.
Well, it is right, like almost like picking a fight with the Matrix a little bit. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, you're aware that you're within this Matrix, but you're not supposed to be telling people that you're within it. You're supposed to just accept your.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I've definitely probably got to get on the kids too, and we might have to do some AI training. The things to listen for in the speech.
Well, it's just like because like, they'll pop up dates and they pop up, you know, like all like it sounds legitimate. Like if you're picking up a book, it looks legitimate, but it's like, come on now.
Well, did you hear the theory that all of our American history on Wikipedia is all just AI generated? All of the major fires that happened in like the early 1900s. It's really weird how they're like, oh yeah, this building was built in a year and then it burned down. And then this building was built in a year and then it burned down. And then they rebuilt this building again in a year. And all of these buildings are like beautifully handcrafted, ornate, fucking Victorian style buildings. And they're saying they got fucking built in a year. It's like, if you watch this guy's video, he kind of breaks it down. And it is really odd how all of these things are explained and don't make any sense. Like, how did they build that building with horse and buggies in a year, and then again a year later, and then 2 years after that they did it again?
I'm going to say what my little brother told me. They had a lot more free time on their hands back then.
And if you got a whole village working on it too, right? But
that's like if. Because a lot of times I'll be like, this doesn't, what are the odds that when you're talking right now, this doesn't make any sense, Andrew. Like pyramids. I don't care how many people you have, like how does this work? Well, they just have more time on their hands. Have more free time to get things figured out.
yeah, well, they didn't have, that was their going to work, right?
Well, I mean, it's trying to wrap my head around
That's
that.
another conspiracy theory, is that they were not actually slaves, that they were skilled builders, and that they had like little cities built next to the pyramids, and that they actually lived good lives and were eating well, and so that they were actually master builders and not slaves.
I don't know. Ask the Jewish people. I think those Hebrews might say something else to that.
No, we were definitely there.
But,
we didn't want to be.
Can we really trust them? They killed Jesus.
I fucking heard someone's joke. He's like, I like watching the Passion of the Christ in reverse. So those good Roman guys helped Jesus get down off the cross. It's like, that's pretty funny.
That is very good.
So those nice Roman guys helped Jesus get down off the cross. Oh man. But tackling the paint room today, huh? That's today's mission, huh?
That is today's mission. Also, old Jeffy called me, so I didn't call him back after this podcast, but pop over there. But yeah, I did get into there. I had the texture gun cleaned out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, got it all cleaned out, threw some WD in it, make sure it's ready to go for the next time. I gotta spray some texture.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I figured I'd clean out both the pumps today.
Do we have time? Are you gonna take it in?
I should probably take it in tomorrow.
I was gonna say, that guy, we've been talking about it
Maybe
literally for 6 months, bro.
Maybe I won't even clean it out then. I'll just take it down there and drop it off to him.
Dude, come on.
Hey, if the guy's gonna probably charge me $500 to fix it,
Yeah,
the
he's
least you
getting
can
covered
do,
in campfire ash.
yeah, clean my shit out while you're at it.
Oh, but yeah, we've only been talking about that for 6 months. We probably should do it.
She got me through another one, bro.
I'm not kidding. When I heard we fired up and like, I'm like, dude, today's the day she fucking goes, bud. I kept fucking praying it wasn't. I was like, fuck, she sounds tired.
But I'm gonna tell you what, she's probably sprayed a good, I don't know, a couple thousand hours this year.
Dude, I mean, just within the last 3 jobs, you pumped probably 50, 60 gallons out of her. The last couple
Easily.
jobs.
I mean,
That
even
last
just,
one was 20, right?
well, yeah, and I was going to say, if you look at Joe's, I mean, that had 65 gallons go through just by itself.
Well, yeah, and you were way over 20 on that last one. We counted like 35 or 40 gallons,
Yeah.
right, on that last one. Holy shit.
Like, granted, we cut and rolled a bunch
Yeah,
of that,
yeah.
but still, like, I mean, there was good 10 gallons that just went through my pump like it was nothing. DJ, you got to take off that adorable puppy. It's so distracting.
And why is it the same screen on both sides? It
But
hurts my
seriously,
brain.
that is a pretty damn adorable puppy.
That really is an adorable puppy.
Whoa. She just ripped his head off.
Were you AI and shit right now?
Yeah, I'm on Korea.
You're in Korea?
Yeah, I'm Korean.
I'm Korean.
Gochujang.
Dude, I'm actually so impressed with that iPad's photo quality, camera quality. Dude, it's impressive. Holy
Right.
shit.
Definitely probably got to look to getting. Well, I don't even know. Would it help with another one?
No, I don't know if I think we're good. Honestly, I mean,
That was one thing I was looking. I was like, yeah, we're starting to get guests, and the technology, obviously, we've gotten there. But like, you're a dick.
Elon dog.
But yeah, just like the future, we're gonna take this bad boy. You know what I mean?
I honestly, the GoPro is not as good of video quality as I thought, actually. It's really good for movement. If you are going to strap it to a helmet and do your snowmobiling or, do your mountain biking, it's great for that. But for the still frame images that we're kind of doing, it almost would be beneficial to either get another, or to use the iPad or get a digital camera that can also use as a recorder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But GoPro's working great. I think we'll definitely have to try to use it, get some good footage of like one of the painting jobs, actually get you some footage of you spraying like we
I was
tried to do
thinking-
that one time.
Because I mean, the really cool part about it is this come next year when all this stuff is lumped correctly. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then with the amount of jobs and stuff, I'm just excited to. Obviously, we got to get new chairs.
Yeah,
Then you need to get a new table.
because you want to get this one back in there.
Yep. And then, start making notes of what we need, what we want to do. We need to get the mixer, obviously. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we just get that mixer tomorrow.
Mixer, and then the two little, we just got to do headphone plugins from here. And then that little 2 plug-in would power them.
Because I was going to say, the nice part about it is tomorrow we're done.
Free.
Yeah, we're free.
Nice.
We got a podcast, and then we got the wing video. But other
Yeah.
than that,
Hell yeah.
I'm free.
And did you email them about going to their other 2 locations?
Not yet.
No? Okay.
I don't have an email for them, though. but I just call them.
Okay. Or maybe we can even talk to them.
Well, then the only thing I wasn't sure is if does Hooligans and the Brew Pub have the same menu? Or they do have separate menus? I just
That's
was
a
wondering
good-
because they're right next door.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So I gotta go double
I mean,
check that because it
I
makes
would
no
s-
sense to do Hooligans if we're gonna do Brew Pub.
Yeah. If they've got the same wing flavors, for sure. But you would assume if they're right next to each other, you shouldn't do that. Right?
You would think that
Yeah,
you
because then
would.
someone would be like, oh, what? It's the same fucking menu over there.
That's kind of what my
I would think
thought
that-
process
yeah.
was behind it, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see.
I do gotta call Sammy though and see if she wants to do it.
For
Maybe just shoot her a text
next week?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, shit. You haven't even asked her yet?
Well, I mean, it's not like.
Not make or break.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got after that?
We're looking at Jeremy Copper Onion, or unless we probably want to get her over sooner rather than later. Just
Like you
because.
said, to get Jeremy done before.
Well, I just look at the
Christmas would be
holiday
nice.
seasons. It's gonna get
So
crazy
maybe I'll
down
do that.
there.
Maybe I'll reach out to the Copper Onion this week.
DJ, your computer is so disturbing. What's going on with this dude's
It looks like
face?
Conan O'Brien mixed with
He's
Elon
Asian.
Musk.
Robert Downey Jr. at some point.
There's Butthead or Beavis.
Whoa, fish face.
Skin looks like a Terminator Elon.
Oh man. Yeah, shit. So what are we gonna do tomorrow?
Huh?
So what are we gonna do? I'm just talking to myself. What are we gonna
We
do
have
tomorrow?
the coffee video in the morning, and
Yeah.
then podcasting, and then
Yeah.
wing video.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking in the meantime.
Well, then you're gonna have plenty to edit after tomorrow.
Yeah, after tomorrow for sure. For sure.
Like I
Hopefully
said.
we can do it as smooth as we did last time, dude. Between me and DJ just fucking hitting the button really close to the same time and not having any camera issues. That was so fucking nice.
That actually works out pretty good then, because then I can talk to the guest.
Mm.
Yeah, it worked out really good where I could just sit there and
You sit and talk to the guest.
to
We
the
set
guest.
up. Yeah. Yeah.
It worked out really good talking to Amanda this last go around. I can't really felt seamless talking to the even the bartender lady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean-
I was like, dude, I got it. Or if I ever do a first date, go to one of these places that I've recorded to, so I can walk in and be like, oh hey guys, you know, how's it going, man? Hey, how's it going? You know, shake some, oh hey, how you been, man?
Nah, it's no big deal. It's just the owner. We go way back.
Yeah, no big deal. Oh, I also said something.
Whatever happened to being yourself?
Dude, it's so funny. I fucking messaged something and it definitely, I read it in the gay voice and it sounded bad, right? It's like totally could have just been like friend zoned myself 100% with that fucking text. I was like, fuck. And
Worth it with the.
even messaging, I was like, yeah, it could have sounded way cooler than that.
You messaged her back.
I was like, well, because she sent me back fucking something and then a fucking nail painting emoji. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, yep. And then that's what made me think and look back at that last message and be like, if you read that in the gay voice, it sounds fucking pretty bad. Oh, we gonna be friends, girl? Something like that. Some
Oh,
fucking,
no.
yeah, fucking, some stupid shit like that. And then same thing, I like read it, I was like, yeah, I could have been way fucking, it could have sounded way cooler than that.
I apologize for that.
Yeah.
If you can just delete
so
that
if you can
and
just-
not read it.
Forget that ever fucking happened. But no, she actually responded with, I'd rather have I would rather be with a goober than a cool guy. So it's one of those things where someone told me this and I really didn't believe it, but they're like, if you will not be too much to the right person.
Facts.
And so yeah, that's why I have been just like texting what's on my mind, right? Just, I shouldn't say this, but boom, here's me speaking out loud.
Because I was gonna say, like, the relationship with like my son's mom, and then you know this as far as like with your ex-wife. I mean, you change yourself to a lot, to the extent that just to make the situation comfortable. You're like, I'd rather turn myself off than to have this fight.
Then confront this. Yeah. Where in all actuality, if you would have confronted it every single time it happened, it would have not become an issue.
Yeah, it can't
Either
grow
they
into
would
an
have,
issue.
either they would have adjusted something, or you would have adjusted something, or yeah.
And I mean, and the really shitty part is when there is no adjustments, that both people think that they're just totally right. And then just everybody just goes their opposite direction.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was only personally speaking. Who knows, like, what was going through Nikki's head at the time, or what was going through, like,
Right.
you know, Nana's mom's head at the time, you know what I mean? Like, because you can't just sit here and always point the blame at the other person, you know what I mean? You gotta look at yourself and see what you also brought to the situation that brought a lot of that.
Yeah. I know, I now know, I didn't think it at the time, but the the situation that we had with Izzy and not knowing who the father was, I had pent up resentment from that. And it definitely caused a rift in the relationship between me and my ex-wife, for sure.
And how you, like, you know, bridge that gap and just give somebody 100% complete trust. You know what I mean? After that, it's like how, because everybody always makes it sound, it's like you just forgive and then move on, like never bring it up again. But
It's not
what
that
happens
easy.
when patterns start to happen again? You're like, well, this is me re-seeing the pattern that I just put myself through hell for. Why am I going to do it again? And what I personally went through this time and time again, where you're just like, okay, I see it. And then you fight to stop it. And then you fight to stop. And then a point, you just, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
Just do what you're going to do. You obviously.
You know what's so weird though is I used to always be the super jealous type. Like, I don't want you hanging out with any other guys, can't be messaging any other guys. Who's that? Fucking who you talking to? With my ex-wife, it was the first girl that I gave 100% of my trust to. Like, she would go hang out with her coworkers that were guys, and like I'm just like, go have fun. You know, it was the first time in a relationship I 100% gave all of my trust and had no trust issues. She cheated on me, got pregnant. We had no idea who the fucking father was. Like, dude, it crushed me. It was the first time I ever gave that trust out and got fucking demolished. So,
Yeah. I mean, that is verbatim to my son's mom's situation. You know what I mean? Because we attempted to do it for I don't even know how many times, but it's like there was ever the trust hadn't been broken. But man, that trust gets broken. It is almost, it's really, really hard to go back and then act like everything's just totally copacetic unless you have a strong enough relationship that you guys can actually look at each other and forgive each other.
yeah.
But
And I think
because there are relationships with people who are married, they cheat on their significant other and then they get over it and they stay married for another 40 years.
yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah, that has to be a
say the
strong
least.
bond, I think, but there's going to be some type of resentment there, I would think. But maybe that's just my personal bias because I went through it. And
Well, I look at like my grandfather and my grandmother. They weren't married for like the last 30, 40 years of their lives. Like they
got divorced?
had gotten divorced.
What?
Yeah.
And then still like lived together
My
and everything?
grandfather sat there and still took care of my grandmother
Wow.
until he finally died. He still took care of her. They were, yeah. But then, I mean, he's not all, sunshine and rainbows because my grandfather also used to beat my grandmother. So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
he might have stood by her side, but maybe if he hadn't beaten her in the beginning, then, you know what I mean? But I always chalk it up as just a different time back then.
Yeah, I mean,
back in the 50s and 40s when you could,
And they were beating kids in school too. Your teacher was fucking smacking you with rulers. and shit.
9-year-olds going off to work 16-hour days.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my dad literally, he went to, they had nuns in his school, get a paddle, get beat by nuns and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all pretty lucky to grow up in the era that we did, really.
It was like, I think the era right after like the abuse started coming down.
What is that? What did I
I think
80s?
like the 80s,
80s, yeah.
70s and 80s, kids were getting fucked up.
Oh, still getting fucked up. So you think we
Yeah.
came in right as it was done, right as it was getting over with?
Mm-hmm.
Can't beat me, bitch.
Like we got hit, but it wasn't nowhere near
yeah. My dad whooped my
dad,
ass.
I was gonna say, my dad
Yeah.
used to get beat by his dad and then go to school and get beat and then come home and get beat and then.
Yeah. My dad put my head into one of our bathroom cabinets, but it was well deserved. It was fucking smoking weed and he didn't like that.
Wow. Would you, okay, let's go about this then. Because you're saying it was right and justified in it. Would you ever grab Logan and stuff his head into a cabinet?
Not for that.
See, that's where it becomes, and I'm not saying your dad was wrong. I'm not saying, but he only knew how to parent up into how much he knew how to parent.
100%. That was his way to parent.
If I smash this kid's head hard enough, he will never want to smoke weed again.
Yeah, but it didn't work that way.
No, I have a really thick head. I get it.
But no, like I said, that was his way of parenting, and all he was trying to do was turn me into a good human being, right? And it took me a long time to realize that.
That's what I tell my son every day. I was like, my job is not to be your friend, son. My job is to make you the best man that you can possibly be. And even I fail at that a lot of times. So you come out screwed up, it's my fault too. So
I do love that. Yeah, Izzy, I've got that into her head so much that now when I'm like, I'm just trying. Yes, I know you're just trying to make me a good person. It's like, yes, you do. It's like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just.
and you hear the,
I know, Dad. Good people.
I don't want to be good.
I don't want to be good.
I had Nando up this morning. It was much better. Took a few days, but we're back on.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Real copacetic this morning back. And last night he came and he's like, Dad, I just want to tell you something. I love you. And then he walked out of the room. I was like,
nice.
thanks, son.
I'm not sure if I'm not worried. So in speaking of having like kids meet someone else, right? Like a significant other. For instance, if I do end up hanging out and becoming friends with this person, I am nervous a little, but at the same time, I think I've taken 3 years of not bringing women around my kids that I can now comfortably. Because I know some people have a rule, so many months before kids can meet and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna throw that out the window at this point. My kids have seen dating on their mom's side, so they know.
I think that was the big difference between Nando's situation and this, because when the person that you're with does all of their business at night when nobody can see what's happening, you know what I mean? It's real easy to keep your other significance partner hidden that way. For me, I'm up with my son 6 days a week, you know what I mean? We're always there. So then it just was a super shell shock for him. I just don't think he was ready. And you look at what's happening on the backside of it, you know what I mean, with his mom. Then it's like, because who knows, and this is where I'm interested to see this dynamic, because what happens when you do get your significant other, you know what I mean, and you really start to focus your time with them and then bring in that family dynamic that much closer. Is Nikki going to be totally good for you? Or is she going to be like, if I can't be happy, no way in hell am I going to let him be happy?
I have no idea.
That's the one, and that's the only thing, from personally, because I just had to go through this and having to have that conversation to be like, you're not going to ruin this for me just because you feel a type of way.
Yeah, I think it'll be easier on my ex-wife's side of things because she's been with somebody for 2 years.
Right.
So it's like she can't get all up in arms about
You would think
I know,
so.
I know.
And that's the part that I was like, because even I've had tried to wrap my my brain around it. You're like, how can you be upset?
Right? This is, well, for me especially, because it was not my choice to end my marriage. It was, I should have been my choice. I should have made that decision for myself, but it was made for me, and that's just the way it goes. So who knows? She could definitely do that to where it's like, oh, now that he's happy, I'm miserable and I'm gonna ruin it for him. But when I did first move back to Montana, I did go out on a date and I told my ex-wife, and she was happy for me. She was, because I think she still thinks I haven't dated anybody because I'm still all hung up on that.
Mm.
I think that's what her mindset is. So like her seeing me with somebody, I think would probably make her feel better, honestly. Make her feel like, I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
At the end of the day, it's like, how would you?
Like I said, I'm not rushing anything. I'm just hoping I don't fuck it up.
At the end of the day, that's all we hope for.
I did mention how you were talking about how he can't talk to his girl because she's not a barista. And then she was like, well, tell him I'm a business owner to mess the whole scheme up. And I was like, no, there should be no schemes. We're lucky to get texts back. It's like, we're lucky we even got somebody messaging us right now, okay? There should be no scheming going on. No scheming. But it's definitely weird. I've been nosed in my phone in Snapchat, and I've fucking never done that before, dude. Never.
I'm the same way though. I've been all over my phone.
Yeah.
But the cool part is now that, and I hope maybe you'll get this point with her, but I don't know when it comes to this generation and actually talking on the phone. I have the ability to actually call my wife and we can just talk on the phone. It gets you out of staring at your phone when you use a phone to actually make a phone call.
Yep. I almost brought it up yesterday. And yet again, I'm talking too much about it. I was going to try not to talk about it this much because it's going to fucking... It's okay. It's all right. I'm just fucking do it. But... I'm fucking trying to hold it together, okay?
You know, it's so funny. I was listening to Crystalia this morning, and they were doing a Thanksgiving, and it was like, "What are you thankful for?" And he's like, "Well, I'm like thankful for like my kids, and like my wife, and like, God, this is so gay." Like, let your feelings out. Let your feelings out.
I fucking even lost what I was gonna say there too.
I don't know. You're trying not to mess this up.
I know. I'm trying to.
The phone call. Are you gonna?
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. I sent her a Snapchat, and I was just like, I think I got the room cleaned or something. She's like, I really like your voice, and I was like, almost asked her at that point, are you into like phone calls? But I didn't. We just kind of went somewhere else. But I almost asked because I am a fan of talking on the phone.
Yeah. I was like, we're definitely that generation that was probably the last ones to actually talk on the landlines.
Yeah,
and
we used to have to hang out or have a cord long enough to go in your room. And...
Oh, yeah. And then, man, cordless phones came in, and you had that extra 50 feet where you like start hitting the beeper and you're like out of signal or whatever.
My parents at one point let me have one of the cordless phones in my bedroom because I was the only person getting fucking phone calls, dude. It was just like fucking the homies or the girly friends calling me. And
I definitely, like back in the day, man, I used to talk on the phone so much. I probably would have looked like one of those middle-aged white women like at the thing.
We're twisting, yeah, twisting.
No, you hang up.
No, you
hang up.
I'm trying to order some pizza. That's another thing. Your brother grabbed the phone and listened in on you.
Oh man,
yeah.
Y'all are fancy, Mister. Having two phones over here. We have one phone.
We got one. I remember one time, me and my brother both tried to dial out at the same time, and somehow we dialed 911. Like I was in the garage, he was in the house, and we were like boop 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 boop. I was like, "Hi, 911, what's your emergency?" Hung up. Cops show up.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was crazy though that how did we happen to hit 911 as we're both trying to dial the numbers? Like crazy.
I was gonna say your guess is literally as good as mine. We never. And the crazy part is we were out in the sticks, so the cops actually showing up is kind of impressive.
Hold up. I bet you I know what happened. My brother saw me getting on the phone and dialed 911 real quick.
He probably set you up.
Genius, dude. You see him grab the phone, 911, and then boom, it's ringing, dude. Dang.
That's diabolical.
I bet
you're the only one would find out.
Dude,
you're
I bet
ask
you.
your brother.
It took him years to admit that he got Kelton to smoke me out so much that I would never want to smoke again. So finally, like 3 years later, I realized what he did. I was like, that son of a bitch. And then he denied it for 3 years. And then finally he's like, yeah, that's what happened. It's like, I know it's what happened. Nobody smokes that much.
Yeah, well,
No, it was in like 30 minutes, 8 bowls in 30 minutes. And they were Kelton big old
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes
I was
ones.
gonna say, believe me, I hung out with the old boy plenty of time or two. We definitely,
We definitely did that. Yes, nobody does that. He does. But no,
Yeah.
it was funny.
I've also seen he's the wildest because he'll be like, he drinks when he smokes, you know what I mean? And I never would like, I get crossfaded so bad, but he would be sitting there 20 beers deep and then busting out a 3-footer and ripping it. You know, you're like, Jesus, bud, is everything okay?
Are you okay? Oh, dude.
That one's the same one where it broke and then he went out into the street and hucked it. And then the piece that was already broken sliced his hand open.
Oh.
Yeah. He was
He was
definitely-
a wild child.
Yeah, he's here's a great story if Kelton ever listens. So he had gotten down to Steve Miller Band with my little brother. My little brother gets separated from Kelton, and so I go in panic mode and I have to go find my little brother. Andrew, he's missing. He's a tiny little guy. I gotta go save him. I'm almost getting into a fight with your brother because I'm like, I don't give a shit. I gotta go get my little brother. You can either get in the fucking truck or you stay here. I don't give a shit. Tony is the same thing. Like, we take off, get down there. We had to sneak in because it's Steve Miller. The tickets are, it's like for Blues Fest. So I go in through the rainbow, manage to sneak in. But then at this point, I get like distracted. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot going on in there.
Yeah, there's a lot
So I
going
was
on.
like, I get my head straight real quick. So I go grab a couple shots of tequila. But then they also had pulled pork sandwiches. So I had to stop for a pulled pork sandwich. Get that all done, you know, and I start walking around, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be looking for my little brother. So let's go back to looking for my little brother, and I'm walking to the exit because I'm like, I don't know where the hell he's at. And I don't have a wristband or anything, so I'm surprised nobody's grabbed me and told me to get out yet. Get to the exit. There's Andrew. He's standing by the exit. You know me, I'm like half tuned to the wind, so I'm crying about my little brother. I was like, this is incredible. Everything's all good. We end up going to Carter's, and that's kind of where we end our night, just kind of socializing. During this time, Kelton has decided to go on, I guess, a high-speed chase with the police and try to run. He parked his car, ran to the front door because he was going to try to get into his apartment and then just hide from the cops and nobody be able to find him. Even though if they ran his plates, they know exactly where he lives. But he takes off running at the stairs. The cop pulls out his taser, hits him with the taser. Kelton grabs onto the metal railing, gets ground out by the metal railing. The cop runs, tackles him. He gets a concussion after this. And then gets hauled off to jail.
Oh, man. I haven't even heard that one. The grounding yourself on the rails.
Shout out, Kelton.
Oh, I'm so glad you're doing better, buddy.
Yeah, seriously.
It is good to see him mellowed down a little bit, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he definitely needed his brother.
Yeah, it was, dude. We got plenty of hilarious stories with Kelton. He's so funny. But yeah, the day my brother tried to smoke me out, so I never smoke again. Fucking him in the back of his car, just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on right now. He had a Camaro. It was like a hatchback, right? So we're going longboarding. He opens the trunk. It's just like, I was like, what's a fucking spaceship, bro? Fuck, dude, I was so gone, but
And
it did.
Billy's the gray Camaro.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that thing is so funny. Billy is so 80s. He is like a mullet and a Camaro. Like, I was waiting for him to Kid Rock up on somebody's yard. Calling you Joe Dirt.
I never put two and two together. He almost did have a mullet when he fucking had that car, didn't he? He was one fucking Trans Am away
Oh,
from being a
100%.
fucking...
Your brother was
Oh.
born in the wrong era. He could have literally been born in 70 and he would have been totally fine by this point. Probably would have had a whole mess of children.
My history teacher told me I should have been... I had a mindset for the 60s.
That I can agree. But then I look back at it, I was like, it would have been great for you during the 60s, right? During the 60s for me, I'm still dealing with Cesar Chavez.
Yeah.
We're still trying to get our rights. We're still
It's not good. No good.
fast forward, another 60 years, still
Still...
fighting for our rights. Do our thing. When you get up, you go to work.
Oh,
Don't complain. Just do what you're supposed to do.
yeah.
Right? We made it, guys. We were
did it.
there.
Appreciate you guys. I'm doing my body dance again already. I
Hey.
had too much coffee.
I'm out of coffee.
Yeah, I
So
have
it's
some,
definitely
but it's
time
black.
to get out of here.
But guys, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here as always. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Keep an eye out for all the new stuff that's coming out. Spotify's will be up. We're everywhere.
Yeah. So we will be back on Thursday.
Yes,
so,
Thursday morning,
Yeah.
right?
So tune in
Yeah.
for then. And until then, we are out.
Bye.